And that one's really annoying because you can't just tank it. I mean, you can, but it's annoying to tank it. Okay, but now we got a rifle. I gotta put a new knife. Wait a second. No, I didn't put up. I didn't put up a knife. Oh, we got more rats. They're not rats, but worms. We don't know what that does. The other white one hurt me a whole bunch. That is really annoying with these corner rooms with only one entrance. Not much you can do besides just eat. Not sure how great of an idea this is. Auto pistol does have longer range than the handgun, though. Charge anything? It charges my easy cooker. Okay, if there was ever a suspicious item, it would be this thing. Like, come on, it's we're in bot storage, and it's next to something. Usually the items aren't next to anything, so that is the most suspect stasis pantry I've ever seen. We are gonna check. Yep, right there, mimic. So let's test the rifle out. 13. I see he gets quite the bit of movement here. Okay, we're gonna switch to the old shotgun. About the same damage, and he's got cyber connectors. So guns do have range bonuses and penalties, at least to my knowledge. So a rifle up close is gonna miss more often than a shotgun up close, which is why I swapped to the shotgun, even though they had similar damage outputs. We got a teal biomod, or yeah, weapon biomod. Really can't do anything because that could be really bad. It could just be like minus damage, and this pistol only does 9. Minus 2 damage is a lot of damage. 1 round, 3 armor. Durability gone. Armor does not last in this game. Nope, I'm out of ammo, and he's gonna run. Don't want that. The only question is, I don't think I should waste any armor on, or any of my armor repairs on the crappier armor. Okay, I only have 3 of them. Okay, well, 92%. Guess I should have went with that. Booby trap the pod. Grab those. Well, I suppose this is as good as time as any to show off the booby trap pod. Enemies get near it, it explodes. That's what it does. Oh no, that is the that may be the worst enemy in this game. This enemy in itself is not difficult. The mechanics behind this enemy are difficult. So this, I don't know why you encounter the red one first. You encounter the red one before the yellow one. Usually, like the robots are all the same. You get the silver, then the yellow, then the, I guess it's silver, tan, yellow, and black. And I think that's about as far as robots I've seen. And then the smaller robots are yellow, then green, then red. Similar with the blobs. You usually get the gray blob, and the yellow blob, and the red blob, the black blob. But this particular enemy, the maintenance master, the attack it actually has very low health comparatively, and its attacks are very weak. It just has a single laser, I think, and maybe a melee whip, but it's slow. The issue is, after its first turn, that it sees you, and I think it's close enough. I'm not entirely sure of the exact thing, because I've seen it on the other side of the room before, and I've managed to avoid this. It will spawn 4 or 5 green tiny bots behind you. It just spawns them where you can't see them. So if you're just in a room where you can see everything, the only place for it to spawn is behind you. So if you're backed up against the wall and this is the only tile that you can't see, it will spawn all 5 of them right here. Then the very next turn, they will all swarm you, steal your stuff, and run away. Like, you won't die to this guy, but he will steal a ton of stuff. So I always try and kill him immediately. Like, grenades are worth killing this man. See, but yeah, they just spawn here. So I actually think the next best option right now is EMP grenade myself. And you can't tell how many corpses are actually piled on here. I think there may have only been 2 that time, but he can spawn up to at least 5. I've seen that before. Really, they're the worst enemies, because what'll happen is you'll walk into a room and he won't be the only one in here. There'll be other enemies, so you can't focus on these because the other enemies will kill you. So you can very easily find yourself, like, they'll just steal your ammo, and then the other enemies will just stab you to death. And it sucks that I had to use most of my grenades there, but I'd rather do that than not have the grenades. Like, they were on still my easy cooker at least. I'll get another spider. Not an issue. Probably poison me, but it shouldn't be bad. Do have a lot of health though. They like to wander. Okay, so this is an unmarked room with a weapon crate in it. Again, suspicious. But not a mimic. Do I chance the 5%? Probably not, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, that's actually very, very good. Now this is the most common laser rifle. Like, enemies drop this left and right sometimes. Most enemies that have a laser attack, I believe, have a chance to drop this. So it's pretty easy to get a hold of comparatively to other guns. But it's very, very important. I'm actually just going to drop this stuff. It's mostly bad anyway. I would rather not have, -2 might. Oh, this is just normal, right? Oh no, this is a smart laser carbine instead of a laser carbine. I guess, better accuracy maybe? I'm not sure if I've ever noticed. I just know it's a laser gun. Maybe it's always been called a smart carbine. I don't really pay too much attention. This is one of the reasons that I power level something. Finesse is very important, because there are enemies that have strong armor, and it's like, say with this, like a shotgun right here, penetration 30. If their armor is better than this by a lot, your gun will not do damage. And you'll come across like little green men or hopkinites, which are floating little green men looking guys, or like firefly swarms or other things that have really high armor and are almost completely immune to anything not laser based. Granted, this also has high penetration comparatively to the shotgun, but not high enough that I'm comfortable with. 125 should be good, because I don't want that. You can be in a situation where you're being chased by an enemy that you can't kill and is faster than you, and things go bad then, because you can't use anything if you're in combat. You can, but if they hit you successfully, there's nothing you can do. Like, you just get exited out of doing that. I'm just gonna throw that cheese away. We need 4 spaces to eat that. Yeah, see, energy backpack's very large. So it's very important to find these laser carbines. That destroys an item, doesn't it? Yep. I'm gonna come over here and see if I can get another free charge out of this thing. No. Some of these things work multiple times, like the there's one that increases your speed for a couple turns or so, and that can be used multiple times. I think there's a cleanser that gives you full health and gets. Oh, there's a teleport trap. Wait. Oh, there was another room up here. The most helpful of teleport traps. Still no room in the inventory.
Yes.
Oh, wait, we're gonna get this one. Overload rifle. Hey, yeah, see that's just laser rifle and not smart laser rifle. So I don't think I've ever actually seen. I really should have read that. It's O, isn't it? Oh no, that's stuff I've picked up. I need recipes. Let's see. Oh, overload rifle. It doesn't tell me what it does. Messages, then. Standard laser rifle creates a dangerously overpowered weapon. Okay, so I assume it's the laser rifle that like it does a bajillion damage, but it only has probably 5 durability, if I had to guess. Also, there's another enemy somewhere. Oh no, I've let off an alarm. What will I do? Too bad there's no one left besides this one tiny thing of worms. Okay, this isn't too bad. They may shoot me, but I don't care. They actually, I think these guys, or maybe just the larger variants, have a chance of giving you, like... I don't think it has a status effect name. You guy has, like, little... like, dots over his head, which I can only assume is, you know, oh, infected or whatnot, and you take damage a little bit. But wears off after a couple turns. Inventory is full. Again, I tried to cancel. I was going to use the computer. But cancel doesn't work all the time. You're better off just mashing the keyboard and hoping for the best. What to even drop? I hate leaving food laying around. The desk cannot be opened. Now's the time I need like a utility belt or something. I guess I'll just come back at the end of the floor and just eat it all. Oh, got infected. See, my personal issue that I have is I always end up switching to the knife around this point because, as you've noticed, the knife's animation is much faster. Even though the crowbar could still hit hard, and it's probably better in the long run. The knife is faster, so when you go through 40 floors, you kind of get impatient. Or at least I do. Which is why I always end up using the knife. Also, I'm not sure if... it has more damage if you're trying to break objects. I'm not sure if it's better against robots or not. Like, logically speaking, I would think the crowbar would be better against a robot than a knife. I would figure the knife would be, like, it'd bounce off the robot, whereas the crowbar maybe could crush it. I realize you're gonna need a lot of strength to crush a robot. But, my guy does have, like, 60 strength. Or 55 or something like that. That's gotta be a lot. Oh, why would it attack the penguin? The penguin doesn't do anything. Granted, unlike the surface, the penguins do move now. I don't think they move on the surface for some reason. I also don't even know if it's worth it to actually kill a penguin. Okay, come on. Kill him. It feels as though you actually lose out on more food than you gain for killing a penguin. Because a lot of times they just drop avian carcass. I don't think you can eat that raw. He didn't even drop anything. Oh, okay. So I've done a dumb move here, and I wasn't really paying attention to where I was. I'm in a cryogenics lab. There really doesn't need to be ammo at a cryogenics lab, not at least an ammo crate. However, I've walked up with a turn left. That's the important part. It's really easy because since you only have 2, and if you were just walking randomly, you have 50-50 shot of a turn ending when you walk up to an item or not. But I walked up to this with 1 turn remaining, and if I try and hit space to use it, nothing happens. Because this right here is a mimic. And I've walked face first into it. So, conveniently, in this game, trying to use a mimic doesn't trigger the mimic. So I can actually just walk away. Oh, okay, there's bats out here. Gotta deal with the bats real quick. And a rat, okay. Come on, rat. Trying to deal with a mimic here. There we go, he's dead. Okay. So we're gonna go back to the rifle. And I'm gonna see if I can try and kite him around this room. Like, take a shot now. Moves forward towards this door. Does he break doors? He does break doors. And seeing, yeah, blobs are very good at breaking doors. But I can... Yeah, there goes the door. I can move, though. Do a little more damage before he gets close to me. Okay, he's right up in my face. He is very close to death. We'll just go ahead and finish him off with a shotgun. There we go. Okay, so some things you can kite around rooms. Apparently, mimics not. And that's okay. He didn't attack. To be honest, 100 health is a very low amount to fight a mimic with. He probably would have brought me down to, like... You saw with that door, he was doing 30s each time. He may have killed me, actually, if he got a hit in. Okay, so this room, staff quarters, I would expect a ammo crate in here. Yep. And it can't be a 2-space object. This can't be a mimic. Not unless, like, really far down, like floor 40 itself has 2 mimic items. But, so far, I've never encountered that. I'm still gonna level up. See, we're on floor 10. I think I need to be able to use the laser weapon by floor 15, I think. 15 should be safe if I have the laser gun by then. You can still use it without the required stats. It's just gonna complain every single turn with a big pop-up box, and you're gonna miss a lot. But if you're point blank with the thing, it shouldn't be that bad. I really just do want that extra inventory space at this point, because usually by now I've found a tool belt or something, but it's really becoming a hindrance now. Granted, I suppose... Yeah, I probably won't repair either of these knives. I'll save all the repairs for the sword, which I'm not even the right race to use. So 20 accuracy, of course. Actually, do I even want to keep this sword? It's going to use ammo, surely. Oh, never mind. This doesn't. It's just The steel itself is electrified. Some of these melee weapons actually use ammo. I guess... If I still had the darts, I'd drop the darts. I've seen more guns use, flechette rounds, or fletchet, or whatever however it's pronounced. I've seen more guns use that than darts. I'm going to eat that cheese, because if I find bread, I can make more sandwiches. That hurts me. Avoid that. Spider? That sounds like a spider. No, it's a rock rat and a living virus. Yep, just wanted to get him around the corner. Okay, so and there's level 3 disease. Good. I'm not even gonna risk that. Because disease can easily be a run-ender at any point, I feel. Giant mitochondria. That is definitely the hardest part of the equation of the energy drinks recipe. Mainly because I run away from blobs. If I was hurt, I would try that, but I'm not. Guess we'll drop the electronic parts. What was that? Was that? It's a rat. That's that noise. That's rat noises. Sorry, rat. All I have is cheese and meat. And those are mine.